tired of writing learn more on every single call to action button on your website, sales page, and in your emails because you don't know what else you could possibly write? Do you want more people to actually click on those little buttons and take the action that you need them to take to complete whatever it is you're asking them to do? This is the video for you. We're gonna learn all about how to write calls to action that are in your brand voice, that are super engaging, and that actually get people to take action. Oh hey, I'm Emily, a copywriter who is obsessed with helping you make more money with your words. So if you're into effortless sales, making money while you sleep, drink a margarita, hang out with your kids, whatever it is you want to do, this is the place for you. All right, so today we're talking all about calls to action, otherwise known as CTAs. A call to action is simply an invitation for someone to take an action that you want them to take, whether it's to learn more, fill out something, buy, go to another page, visit your sales page, read a blog post. There are so many things. Basically, anytime you're using a button, the little words that go on that button is going to be called your call to action or your CTA. And we're gonna learn how to write better ones that actually get people to take the actions you want them to take. There are a couple main problems I see when people are writing CTAs. And the first is actually that you're trying to be too clever. So when it comes to writing great copy, it is commonly said, clear is best, or the opposite of that, which is like confused loses, right? So if you confuse someone, you are going to lose them. They're gonna click off the page, they're not going to take the action. So what you see as like a fun pun or something silly or clever as a call to action actually may be hurting your conversion rate and losing people because they don't actually get it. Maybe they have a terrible sense of humor. It doesn't mean that your pun isn't good. It doesn't mean that you don't know what you're doing, but it does mean that it's not connecting and it's not clear enough. So if you're not getting clicks, go ahead and look through and see like, am I being too clever? Am I trying too hard here? Listen, I love a good pun. I love a good cheesy joke. But when it comes to calls to action, we want to keep those as clear as possible. So that's not the perfect place to be clever. Yes, absolutely. You can use your brand voice. You can be engaging, but you don't have to try to like trick people into clicking or make them laugh in order for them to click or really have something like super clever there. Another reason your call to action might not be working is that there's nothing in it for the reader. This happens so much, especially with things like reading blog posts or doing something that you want people like reading or engaging with content that you want people to engage with. We say things like, read my blog, sign up for my email list. And yeah, absolutely. Like you're like, wait, you just told me to be clear. That's super clear. And it absolutely is. But that's clear without giving any value to the person who's reading it. You're telling them to do something you want them to do. So to you, obviously you know all the value in reading, signing up for your email list. You know all the value in reading your blogs, but you're not actually communicating that to your reader. So things like, click here to read my email list. I'm asking myself, why? Why should I do that? Click here to sign up for my email list. Why? Why would I do that? That's what your ideal client is asking them every time you write that on a call to action button. So a great call to action includes something that's valuable, right? So instead of read my blog, think about what the blog is about. For example, if it's about writing better calls to action, you could make your call to action button like write better CTAs. Instead of learn more, try see what's possible. You're inviting someone to engage in the possibilities and in sparking a little bit of like imagination and wonder. So there's some value in it for them. Instead of click here to subscribe to my email list or sign up below or anything that's basically just telling someone to sign up, give them a reason. So tell them like, become a VIP, get my best tips, something that is going to talk about what they actually get when they do sign up for your email list so they have a reason to do it. A huge problem with call to action buttons is often that the button itself blends in. Now this is actually kind of like a design tip, but if you've been around here, you know design and copy inextricably linked. We can't pull them apart. So if the button blends in with the background around it, a lot of times people might not see it. This is especially true in an email. If someone's like scanning, scrolling, and the button is the same color as the background, or it's just like a little outline and it's actually this like, you know, transparent, or your text isn't in all caps, or like it just doesn't stand out, or it's really, really tiny, right? All of those things are making people miss that call to action button. So you actually want the button itself to contrast dramatically with whatever else is on the page. So you can use a different color. You want to make it big. You want to have all caps. You want to make sure that button stands out. So if you have like a blue background on your website page, you don't want to have, you know, a slightly different shade of blue for your call to action button. You want to have a contrasting color, maybe pink or white or something else that's going to pop and stand out. Black always works right with like a light color. Something that's going to pop and stand out against the background. And then here's a little bonus tip for you. Please do not write buy now on your call to action button. The last thing you want to be reminding people of when they're going to buy something is that they are parting with their money. So buying, right, is just linked very specifically to parting with money. So instead of asking people to buy now, think of some of the other like benefits or some of the other like value they're getting. So if it's a program, try something like join now. If it's if they get an automatic download, right? Like if I buy this, I get like the thing automatically. Download now. Get yours today. Something that is more like, yes, you're getting this. Yes, you are like completing the process, but don't actually use the specific word buy for another bump in your conversions and click-through rates for your calls to action. The better your CTA, the more sales you're going to see. Now, this is not something where you like listen to this video, you write down all of the tips, you go and you improve all of your CTAs and you're like, wait, Emily, like I'm not making millions of dollars overnight. Like what? Your tips suck. No, this is just something small that does really matter. So if you are losing 1 or 2 sales every time someone comes through because you have clever but not clear CTAs, your button is blending into the background, you're not giving any value, you're not giving people a reason to do it, and you're just telling them to buy. If you're doing all of those things, you are losing people. So these are small changes that you can make to help in the long term increase your overall conversion rate, and just have like the words you're writing work better for you. Need help coming up with a good call to action for a button or something on your website, sales page, or next email? Drop it in the comments. Let me know what it's about, what the value is, and I will give you a suggestion. Otherwise, take these tips, go use them. You know what to do. Go improve those CTAs and bring in more conversions, more sales, make a bigger impact. You know the drill.